Welcome. Come on in. Have a seat. Glad you came back. Or glad you're here for the first time. Excuse the aggression because I'm not in the best of moods today. In case you didn't know, this is brought to you by No Box Entertainment. And this is the second installment of Unk Reacts. And today I'm reacting to something that got me banging on the table unnecessarily. Something that's already listed on your screen. We ain't gonna waste no time. Let's get right into it, man. Right into it. Sixers Knicks, game 6. Let's go. All right off the bat. First bucket from the rip. First 2 buckets from the rip. That was the first bucket. They went up 7-0 out the gate. We did not come out ready to play. OG was in his bag. Had to learn his name after last night. Tobias. I like that shot. Good board and beat. That was one of the shots Tobias took. Dante. He was off the last couple games. Not the white boy Dante we seen last night. He was on. They coming out. They got more energy in us. Their shots is falling. We only had Embiid early. And Embiid hit our first 3 shots. Jalen Brunson in the mid-range. We see a lot of that. And the foul when he was barely touched. Oh, man. White boy Dante pulling it early. 24-9. They jumping on us early at home. In our own house. Jalen Brunson was just having his way. Tyrese to the basket. Lay. OG. Mid-range. Anytime you let him set his feet in that mid-range is cash. You can't let him just set his feet. Josh Hart. Shot 3. They was hitting early. It's 33-11 in Philly. First quarter. Batum. This was a good shot. This gave us a little bit of momentum. Like, we is here. Josh Hart still campaign. Shot from left side of the field. Good. Good energy he brought off the bench at the end of the first. Swing to Batum. Smack. Okay. We wasn't going to lay down. This was a good sign. But they did not come out ready to play in the elimination game. Josh Hart right back at us with the 3. Campaign, no. Embiid rebound, block. They up 14. Beginning of the second. Good block, Embiid. Buddy, come around the screen. Smack. And I called for Buddy Hield to play. And he played yesterday. He bought his A game. White boy Dante with another 3. They up 14. Early second. Hill with another one. This let us know he was here today. He in his bag. Cut the lead in 7 right now. Embiid, bucket, boom. Oh, we cooking. Down 5. We weathered the storm. Buddy Hill for 3. Third 3 of the game. Buddy was cooking. Why didn't we see him the whole series? You don't ice a shooter like that. Good finish. 55 had a couple good finishes off some good dimes. Created space. Pound dribble. Cone work. Embiid, swing. Hill for another one. Ooh, Sixers down 3. 2 minutes left. Embiid got in his bag to close the second. He started going at 55. That knee was feeling good early in the game. Smack. Sixers took the first lead of the first half. 49-47. Okay, now we here. Let's play ball now. It's even. Another pound dribble, step back. Buddy Hill to close the quarter. What you going to do? 3. Buddy Hill was in his bag this game. Sixers up 5 going into the half. Maybe not because we just gave up a easy bucket. Sixers up 3 going into the half. Third quarter. Here we go. Embiid from 3. Good shot, Embiid. Embiid played very well all game long. Wow. Just flailing all over the place. Ain't nobody even touching. That guy, Jalen Brunson, if the basketball don't work out, he should be an actor. Josh Hart, he played well yesterday. Sixers up 5. Early third. Good bucket. Oubre was very aggressive. Jalen Brunson, all game long, he got what he wanted. 3 right there. We up 4. They running. This is when they showed they will not be blowing out the building. This is when they showed they just going to keep playing. That was an N1 by Josh Hart on the break. And B, mid-range, he just was cooking 55. 55 can't do nothing with him, even on one leg, which is crazy. Good steal by Oubre. Finishing. He was looking good right here. Momentum. The crowd was into it. Maxey for the trade. Maxey had a slow night up to this point. Hit the trade ball. The crowd is woke. We is up 10. White boy Dante saying, not today. I am comfortable in Philly. I be around bro and area. I'm the white boy named Dante. Jalen Brunson, mid-range. He's good at that little floater hook. And B, bucket right at him. Right back at him. And he too small. Up 5. Another little push floater. They back and forth. Even though we had all the momentum, they just was right there. Look at the scoreboard. And B, 5. Shot. And B was good in the mid-range today. Look, set the feet. OG, what I tell you, you let him set his feet, and he going to knock it down. Campaign from the other side of the street. That was his second 3. Campaign took a lot of shots. Jalen Brunson just navigating to the rim. End of the third. Campaign, good dime. Batum open. Make it count. Make it count. 6 is up 5. End of the third. Jalen Brunson just navigating the defense. Good find. White boy named Dante. Wow, that was just crazy. Get there. Get there. Defense. Oh, man. He was there with his feet set. 83-83. He made a lot of big shots talking about OG. And look, beginning of the 4th tie game. What's going to happen? First bucket of the 4th for OG3. Batum miss. Look at Buddy. Hustling. Oubre 3. Tie game 4th. It's the dog fight. Every game has been a dog fight. White boy Dante. He had a very, very good game. All the Villanova products played extremely well yesterday. Maxey to the rim. Finish. Maxey did not have his best night. I think he finished with, we'll talk about that at the end. Duncan Robinson with the finish. OG with the block. The Knicks is up 2. They have took the lead back. It is 9 minutes left in the 4th. OG straight to the rack. His confidence was through the roof last night. Buddy for the 3. He really was calling for that. Batum. We back and forth. Back, 4th and 4th. 6 is up 1. That shot was in the heavens. You see the arc on that? And B come back tie the game. It's 95-95. And I think this is where the game started to turn. This was right out of timeout. Jalen Brunson came and hit that 3. It was right out of timeout, and this was the next play. Yup. Back-to-back 3s, Jalen Brunson. He was talking his ish, too. So they went up 6. But no worries. It's a game of runs, right? And 1 by Tyrese Maxey. Let's go. Navigating. I just don't know how he made that one. This guy just went to a different level yesterday, and he had the helps of the ref the whole time. White boy named Dante with the good drive. Knicks up 7. 4 minutes to go. Maxey to the rack. Miss. Batum rebound. Foul. Make the free throws. Brunson getting to the mid-range, elevating over everybody. Notice there's no double team. Oh, my gosh. OG straight down the lane, putting the Knicks up by 8. That was an and 1, but he missed the free throw. Oubre, scattered 3 right there. Okay. 106, 109. Tobias. Keep in mind, Tobias shot in the first quarter once and in the 4th quarter once. Keep that in mind. Look at this guy. How is that a foul? He's throwing his body into people. Freak old point guard. Never met a point guard that want to put their body on somebody so much. Tie game, Tyrese Maxey, and 1. That was a goaltending and 1. So it's a tie game now. Look, scramble. Josh Hart open for the 3. 111, 114. Knicks up 3. And B, quick, easy 2. We playing the foul game up until now. Brunson hits both free throws. We are down 3. Buddy Hield forces the shot right there. He should have punt fake this. He should have punt fake, set his feet, and then shot it, but he forced it right there. It was a panic, high pressure situation, and that's what wound up happening, man. That was a bad way to go out, man. Bad way to go out, man. Jalen Brunson, salute to you, hats off to you, but bro, you the freakiest point guard in the league. You just love being body to body with people. But for some reason, the refs penalize who you want to be body with. I don't understand it. You throwing your body on me, how I'm getting in trouble. You know what I mean? I understand how that happened in the world. You know, things go wrong. But you on the basketball court throwing your body on people, and that's the Trae Young rule. A lot of people were saying it. They banned that foul because Trae Young used to do that. You know, Trae Young is smaller. So when he do that, he dribble in front of you and just stop. And if you touch him a little bit, he's going to flail. Jalen Brunson does that a couple times a quarter, and it gets called. And he's stronger than whoever he's doing it to 9 times out of 10. Pause. Jalen Brunson, stop throwing your body on people. You can be a good point guard without trying to be freaky throwing your body all over the place. In NBA, the refereeing in this series was not even. It wasn't, because Maxey was getting thrown all over the place. Maxey was getting thrown over here and over there. Maxey was on the floor more than a loose change. Y'all swallowing the whistles, game 6. Y'all son Scott Foster, and that's all y'all had to say. Y'all was sending Scott in. That's all y'all had to say. But we seen the effects of it. Next year, I think Maxey needs to get his calls elevated to superstar level, or star level at least. Because y'all wouldn't let stars get hit that many times without going to the line 10 times a game. That was just ridiculous. And Jalen Brunson was getting all the calls, Maxey's wasn't. Maxey, you might need to learn how to do the freak move. That's what I'm going to call it, the body to body. You know what I mean? Trae Young had to stop doing this body to body. I'm going to let that go, man. But the refs, y'all was on, and y'all son and Scott Foster too. I know what y'all was doing. We know what y'all was doing. But yeah, he played well all series, man. Like, even without the fouling, he's a load to deal with, man. That guy Jalen Brunson, man, my respect for him went up. Villanova product. I already knew you was real, but to see you carry a team like that when your usage rates was that high, it's crazy. It's crazy. I just watched Jalen Brunson beat us, and the guys around him chipped in when they could. That's literally, well, we beat ourselves for real, but Jalen Brunson, he was the driver over there. Things that hurt us in this series, obviously, Embiid not being full health. That hurt us, obviously. Embiid on a healthy leg, man. We don't even know what that looked like in the playoffs. But let's imagine how he looked during the regular season in the playoffs, even one year. That's championship year. Like, because who would stop it? He out here getting 50 on one leg, but Embiid, salute to you for playing. We already said that multiple times on different platforms, different forums. Salute to you, Embiid. I don't got a problem with the way you played yesterday. I got a problem with you fouling out in the end, but I understand that was your natural reaction. Maxey, salute to you. You balled this series, but last night you did not deliver. I understand you was the reason we was in that game, but I don't like what I seen yesterday. You wasn't aggressive enough all throughout the game, and you was off. They should have gave you a lot of calls. I ain't gonna lie, they was hacking you. But 17 points in the closeout game after doing what you've been doing this series, the extenders, unacceptable. I can't let you off the hook for that. Be better. I don't know if it was fatigue. I don't know if it was the way they was officiating. They was running towards you. They wasn't letting you get no type of momentum going. They played you different. I seen that. And it was a more move the ball type of game, but still 17 points is crazy. Kyle Lowry ain't score. I mean, I don't think he played over 30 minutes. I think he played less than 20 minutes last night. So I'm not going to say too much because that's how Kyle Lowry should be used, sparingly. All throughout this series, I thought he played a little bit too much. In those moments where we needed a spark, it was Kyle Lowry that was there. You know, Kyle Lowry is going to be solid until he's not being solid. At this point in his career, he shouldn't be playing that many minutes, Nick Nurse. And I think that was definitely a mistake on your part. I'm not saying that's the reason we lost. I'm just saying when you look at every element that we bring in the game throughout the series, you start Lowry. Number one, that's a come off the bench type of person anyway. I don't know why you would start him in that lineup. You should have been starting Buddy Hield. I'm going to say that, and I don't know what Buddy Hield I understand he wasn't hitting shots the first two games, so I understand it. But I don't know what he did to get to the point to where he's not playing in the game at all. That just is crazy. And you starting Kyle Lowry. Like, you got to hold everybody to the same standard. So I think it was a little mistake there in the rotation because you see what Buddy did in the closeout game. Buddy had 20 points yesterday. Buddy hooped. And he's a shooter. That's what happens with shooters. That's why you don't ice them. That's why you don't freeze them. And if you know what the organization did to trade him to see can he do something, this is what we got him for, these moments. So if he's not hitting shots, that's fine. You keep playing them, just like you keep playing Kyle Lowry. But yeah, Melton was working his way back, so I can't really say too much about. I would have liked to see him thrown in there a little bit more. Cam Payne came with energy off the bench, but Cam Payne is inefficient. I gotta say it. Like offensively, you're not that to be shooting as much as you do. I don't mind you taking threes, but yesterday you shot entirely too much, my boy. Entirely too much, my boy. You was out there shooting crazy, like just jacking threes. And I only think you might have hit like 2 out of 6, 2 out of 7. I understand you taking them a closeout game, whatever, but anytime Embiid not touching the ball and you forcing the three, or Maxey not touching the ball and you forcing the three, I got an issue with that. You're not here for that. I don't know who told you to do that. But they let you play through it. I thought you gave us good energy throughout the series, but yesterday I thought you did too much shooting. Who else? Tobias. That leads me to Tobias. People all over the city. And listen, Philly, hold up. Number one, when it comes to how y'all treating Tobias right now, y'all dead wrong. Y'all dead wrong. Y'all trying to blame everything on Tobias. I know we want to blame somebody. We want to be mad about something. You know, we got to blame somebody. But to point at Tobias Harris after watching this series, stop it. Don't do that. But Tobias Harris, he shot twice the whole game. I showed you on the highlights. The first quarter, he took a shot. In the fourth quarter, he took a shot. A lot of them highlights, he wasn't even on the floor, especially in the second half. And y'all seen Embiid shot all in the first quarter. Oubre wasn't hesitating. Cam Payne wasn't hesitating. Buddy Hield was getting fed today. You know Maxey do what he do. Batum getting fed on the swing. We didn't see Tobias in those swing positions today. We didn't see the ball landing in Tobias' lap and him not shooting. We literally seen 2 shot attempts, and he had to create those himself. It was let me go get my shot now. So let's not act like he was passing up good shots. Let's not act like it was a lot of shots to go around last night, because Cam Payne shot too much, and Buddy Hield came out of nowhere and took a lot of shot attempts. And Oubre shot a lot. And you know Maxey gonna shoot a lot. You know Embiid gonna shoot a lot. So you can't blame Tobias Harris for yesterday. You just can't. You can't. It was no shots for him to be had. It ain't like he shot 9, 10 times and had 0 points. He shot twice. Once in the first, once in the fourth. How are you blaming Tobias for that? And watching those highlights, you see what was happening. Everybody was shooting. I ain't see him get the ball that much. He had four rebounds, 3 assists. Fourth quarter, Nick Nurse let him ride the bench until the very end when the Knicks took the momentum from us after Brunson hit them 2 threes. So don't blame Tobias for yesterday. You can blame a lot of stuff on yesterday, but don't blame Tobias. Stop it. Stop it. You're not going to hand out no blames. Embiid was on 1 foot. The rotations was off. We didn't play as hard as them. We looked terrible on the boards because Embiid was hurt. He usually do better on the boards than that at boxing out and securing, but he couldn't jump. And you couldn't play Paul Reed with Embiid. You want Tobias and Oubre to rebound, but you also need them to do a lot of other things. So we was outmanned on the board. We was out hustled. We didn't play a consistent game ever. We looked different every game. The Knicks did not. Shout out to the Bull Miz on the podcast, the No Box Sports Podcast. If y'all don't watch that, tap in. We got some good episodes up. I think we on episode 14 already. Tap in. The Bull Miz said the New York Knicks play the same game every game. They look the same every game. And last night was no different. They looked the same. And we look different. We didn't have to look different if Hill would have been playing the whole time. The rotations would have been right. But those dynamics is a lot, and we just didn't answer the call. It wasn't our year. They're not doing nothing this year. They don't have enough firepower. They shouldn't even beat us, but they did. They was more consistent, so they was more consistent at getting wins. But salute to the Knicks. Y'all not for real. Y'all not. And y'all know if B was on 2 legs, it would have been really dark for y'all. But y'all survived. I can't be totally mad at y'all team because the white boy Dante, Brunson, and the Bull Hart, y'all was in the city putting on for Villanova. Not necessarily the city, but y'all was right there. So shout out to the Villanova products. Middle finger to the New York Knicks. I mean, when it come to that, y'all disrespectful. When we catch up with y'all, it's going to be hell to pay. And I ain't talking about playoffs either. Even regular season, this smoke. Preseason, this smoke with the Knicks. It's all the way up with y'all. Because y'all disrespectful. Y'all literally don't win nothing. Y'all don't win nothing. Y'all so thirsty for the little bit of success that y'all go crazy and jump out the window over nothing. And then you bloat when you know you getting lucky and you out there getting the refs on your side. Y'all done sent Scott Foster. Y'all done got freak body Brunson throwing his body all over the place. It's a lot of things that ain't right with y'all organization and franchise. But go ahead and celebrate y'all first round win. Sixers fans, we'll be back. We gonna tool up. We got cap space this summer. Maxey gonna be a year better. He gonna come in even more confident, and B gonna come in the season healthy. Hopefully that Max player we signed with that room to bring in here with Maxey and Embiid, hopefully they can stay healthy. So Embiid can kind of go into the playoffs ready. I'm looking forward to Embiid. I don't want you trying to score 37 next year, Embiid. Them days is over with. You already put your name as one of the top everythings for what you've been doing lately. I want you to focus on getting to the postseason healthy next year. How about that? I want you to focus on preserving your body next year, playing smart. You can give them your 50, your 40s in spurts. Still go ahead and average 30. But you don't got to be trying to score 50 every game no more. Those days is over. Maxey is here, and we're going to bring in somebody that can get bucket on their own too. So the biggest goal for you next year, Embiid, is just to be healthy at this time of the year. We salute you for playing, but come on, bro. 2 legs, and you might be touching the final this year. It's a good chance you'll touch the final this year if you had 2 legs. But yeah. Embiid, do your thing. We're going to reload next year, Sixers fans. There's a lot of prospects out there. They throwing out Paul George. They throwing out Brandon Ingram. They throwing out Jimmy Butler. They throwing out LeBron. I threw out KD. So it's a lot of room. There's a lot of room for us to go ahead and add a third piece with them too. So laugh it up now. Y'all got it now, Knicks. But guess what? We don't forget and we always spin in Philly. We always spin in Philly. So we will spin and be back around and see y'all again. You feel me? But before I get out of here, I want to salute Tobias. Tobias ain't coming back next year. So this is not no venom towards Tobias. This is literally a Tobias salute because I'm one of the few people in the city who don't mind Tobias. I'm one of the few people in the city who feel like I really understand and I've seen clearly what's been going on with Tobias these last few years. The city ain't been giving him a fair shake ever since Jimmy left. We can start with that. A lot of Philly fans, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm a Philly fan, but you got to be objective. You got to be able to step outside yourself sometimes, right? A lot of Philly fans is holding a grudge towards Tobias because they wanted Jimmy Butler, right? And then that Jimmy Butler clip where he's walking out the arena, Tobias over me, and that go viral. So now every time Tobias, it just became easy for y'all to pick on Tobias Harris. It just became easy, and y'all doing it. I see a lot of Philly fans on the internet. Thank God Tobias gone. Tobias, how you even score? Tobias in the closeout game. It's just the easy thing to do now. It's the easy guy to punch on. But let me give y'all some insight on the true Tobias Harris. The true Tobias Harris. Not the Tobias Harris that y'all act like is trash, that y'all act like is the reason for everything. And I already explained to y'all how he couldn't have been the reason we lost last night. But just the career of Tobias Harris in Philly. Let's do this real quick. He got traded to us in 2018-2019 season, right? Matter of fact, let me put this on the screen for y'all. So y'all can go ahead and see this, man. This not turned into something else. This turned into highlight, the season wrap up. Salute to Tobias. We're giving out therapy sessions too, man. If y'all need it, type it in the comments. Reacts, you hear me? All right, y'all see that. So Tobias Harris, right? Let's keep it in perspective. He came in Philly 2018, 2019. 27 games he had with us. 18 a game. 18 a game. 27 games. Now keep in mind when he got traded to the Sixers before we got Jimmy Butler. If you remember correctly, we knew he was going to make moves that season. We traded for Tobias. That was like the low-key trade. And then a couple weeks later, we traded for Jimmy Butler. So he came in Philly trying to back up Ben, trying to back up Embiid, the pieces we had at that time, Redick. He was going to fit into that. A couple weeks after he get here, you bring in Jimmy Butler. That's a few weeks, and he already got to adjust to a different role. He don't know what his role is. You brought me here for this, or now you want me to be this because this guy here, okay, I'm going to do whatever. Notice Tobias never complained about his role either. Never complained about his role his whole tenureship in Philly. He just did his job. Did his job. Yes, boss. I'm going to do my job, boss. And they never say nothing. But that time, Philly wasn't mad at Tobias, you know. Philly wasn't mad at Tobias at all. But understand what happened 2018, 2019. He came to Philly. Few weeks in, Jimmy Butler came. He still averaged 18 that year. 18 that year. He might have been a fourth option that year. You mad at 18 from your fourth option? The next season, what happens? Jimmy Butler chooses to leave. We got money that we have to spend. We give it to Tobias Harris. He was here. He just averaged 18. He was a professional. Why not? We had to spend the money. We could have gave both of them a contract. That was a possibility. But Jimmy did not want to stay in Philadelphia. You understand that. It was Brett Brown. He didn't have control of the locker room. They was Baby and Ben. They was Baby and Embiid. He didn't want to stay. He made a comment during the season, and he talked about it. He talked about it years later on podcasts. Is how he knew it was weird when nobody would say nothing in film session, and then when he said something, it got weird with the organization. He wasn't staying that year. He wasn't. That was a one and done run with that coach and that management at that time. So he left. It's not Tobias' fault. We did not choose Tobias over Jimmy. I don't know how that became a thing. But whatever. Jimmy left. The next season, he gave us 20. He gave us 20. It was no Jimmy. Are you mad at 20 from your third option? With Reddick still on the team, shooting crazy? You trying to work folks in? That's Ben, that's Embiid. We got a couple role players. But are you mad because you're old? The third option is scoring 20? Nobody's mad at that. Nobody's mad at that. And he shot 36% from the three and 47% from the field. That's a good, great season from a third option. The second year, what did he follow up with? Another 20. What do you know? It's consistency. It's consistency you're seeing from him. 2 years, 20 in a row. And that year, he shot almost 40% from three and 51% from the field. How was you mad at that? Let's not smut Tobias' name just because y'all got annoyed at the end. That's solid. The second season. No, that's the third full season. You dropped down to 17. 73 games. What was going on 2001, 2002? 2001, 2002, I think that was the year we drafted Maxey. That's when Ben folded in the playoffs. That's when Ben folded versus I think that's when Ben folded versus the Hawks that year. His scoring dropped some. I'm trying to remember that roster. I can't remember that roster like that. But I know he was at least the third option. At least the third option. But that didn't work out. 17. So this guy has averaged at least 17 and 20 his first 4 seasons with us. But 17 was the lowest. The next season, what happens? What happens? 14.7. And you like, what happened? Why 14.7? He averaged 14.7 because what? Harden. That's what happened. That's what happened, literally. Harden. Matter of fact, I said it wrong. The 17.2 year, that's the year Harden came. Harden got traded to Philly in the middle of that season, and his number still was 17.2. But then we signed Harden that summer, and we went the whole season with Harden. And when we went the whole season with Harden, he averaged 15 points. Look who he playing with. He playing with 2 black holes. Harden and Embiid at that time. And he averaged 15. That was his lowest output. When they leave, Harden leaves, right? Harden leaves. Stay with me. Harden leaves. And now Maxey steps into that spot, the superstar spot. Because it wasn't set up. It wasn't originally supposed to be Tobias under Maxey. No, Maxey was a flyer that we had hope in. Maxey developed into a superstar. And that happened during the Harden years because Harden pushed him forward. All I want y'all to pay attention to is how many times Tobias Harris' role changed over the years. Jimmy Butler came literally when he came. Then Jimmy Butler left. He gave us 2 straight seasons of 20. Then Harden get traded here. Okay, his numbers dropped to 17.2. Mid-season trade again. Ben not here. Ben going crazy. The organization feuding. How many coaches we had during this time? How many coaches we had during this time? Exactly. Nothing was stable around him. And not even the role that he was supposed to fulfill on this team. 17 when Harden came, 15 the whole year Harden was there. And this year he went back up to 17. But guess what? Maxey in the second spot now. Oubre out here being aggressive now. We making trades for people now. So at best, he's your third option. On some nights, he's your fourth option here. All depending on the night. And what is he averaging? 17.2. He's never averaged anything under 17 besides that year the 2 black holes was here. Right? We all can agree with that. He always shot over 35% from the 3. He always shot over 46% from the field. I don't know what more you want from a third option. I don't know what more you can ask for from a third option who does not know what his role is from season to season, from game to game. You got to play with Jimmy. Okay, now you really the third option now. Okay, cool. I'm the third option. Let me give y'all 20. No, he was kind of like the 2/3 option when Jimmy left. 2-3. He gave y'all 22 straight seasons. But when you start playing with his role again, what happened? You bring Harden in, it goes to 17. What do you expect? What do you expect? I feel like Tobias played the hand he was dealt. I feel like Tobias was the ultimate professional. Never had any scandals off the court. Never said anything crazy in the media, even though a lot of people were saying crazy things about him. He just was the ultimate professional, and I know he gave back in the community. And on the court, it's some games where he was struggling, some stretches where he was struggling, but look at the numbers at the end of the day. Y'all more emotional than logical when it comes to Tobias Harris, because any other third option that produced what Tobias Harris produced the last 5 years, averaging 20 twice, 18, 17, the lowest he averaged was 15, and that's when he was playing with two black holes and Harden and B. You wouldn't be mad at that third option, sometimes fourth option, sometimes fifth option. And now games where you really need him, you want him to be the second option. Now you mad he in his second option rhythm. It makes no sense. And he had how many different coaches or how many different systems? You can't blame him. He is a player that had to get in where he fit in literally over the last 5 years. From the time he got traded to the end of this season. It's a perfect example. Last night, 2 shots. I'm sure he wanted to shoot more. He wasn't getting the ball. You had Hill shooting. You had Cameron Payne shooting. You got Embiid who gonna put up at least 25 shots. You got Maxey who need to shoot at least 20 now. You got Oubre who feel like he could take it to teams. Where's the shots coming from? He just got in where he fit in. Now, if he would have went out there shooting and stepping on toes, y'all would have had a problem with it. But no, he ain't stepped on no toes. He just did what he been doing his whole time here, playing his role. And I can't fault you for that, Tobias Harris. All I can do for doing that, all I can give you for you playing your role is a salute to service. You got to salute the service from Unc, man. We appreciate you. The real ones in Philly know what was going on. We was frustrated at times. We could have played better at times. But, dog, I seen what was going on. They was putting you anywhere, doing you any type of way. But you always stayed professional. You always handled your business. And I can't be mad at your averages. I know you're going to hoop wherever you go because you were more than a solid third option, you know. But a team got to let you know. And you could have been a second option while you was here. But they never really put you in that role before. They just was mad when you wasn't playing it. But on the court, they ain't never put you in it. So I'm giving you a salute to service. You know, best of luck wherever you go. There's always going to be love here in Philly. It's going to be the weirdos that boo when you come back because it's just weirdos like that. But the real one gonna give you some love in Philly. But when you're on that other side and you know you got a different jersey on, you an op at the end of the day. So it ain't gonna be too much love. But just know the real one salute you. So it ain't Tobias' fault. It ain't, man. Shout out to Tobias. You know. But we're gonna wrap this up, man. The Sixers season is over. The Knicks advancing. I don't really care about basketball at all, but I'm going to watch because we bringing this stuff to the people on the No Box Sports podcast. Check that out. We got 14 episodes up. If you ain't tuned in with that, go tune in. What are you waiting for? Season 1 is coming to an end. Season 2 going to be bigger and better. The Eagles. Ooh, Cooper DeJoy. Quinyon Mitchell. Anaya Smith. We got some draft picks joining the situation. It's going to get real. It's going to get real. So season 2 of the No Box Sports podcast, tune in. Me, the original CP3, the Bull Miz. We got some other special guests coming too. We adding some things, adding some segments, man. So if you ain't tuned into that, man, make sure you tuned in. If you watching me, make sure you tuned in. This video way longer than I expected it to be. It's your fault. 6 is long. That's water. Although I do need a real drink to deal with this. I'm still a little mad. I woke up mad. I let games go early. I ain't one of them people that be mad for 5 days, 5 months behind their teams losing. No, you know, we deal with it the day it happens and we move on. But this morning, I woke up and punched the air. And I want to let you know, if you're a New York fan, a New York Knicks fan watching this, then don't fool with you. I don't fool with you. If I see anybody from New York tonight, it's going to be an issue. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm stepping on all pairs of Timberlands I see tonight. If I see any pair of Timberlands that ain't butters, if you got any type of color Timberlands on, I'm stepping on them. If you say sun tonight around me, I'm stepping on your shoes. I don't care if you're talking about your child. Don't say son around me. Don't say mother either. Don't say mother. Don't say nothing New Yorkers say. You hear me? If I see anybody order a chopped cheese, if I see anybody repost a chopped cheese, I'm on your tonight. No Box Entertainment, man. Unc Reacts second edition. Tap in, man. Make sure y'all go follow me at Uncle DuD TV. You hear me? Uncle DuD TV. Go follow me. And until next time, man, I'm going to holler at y'all. Be safe. One.